That is really good. I'll be honest, I've never actually had a peach ring before, but that's about what I would expect them to taste like. I like that. But anyway, how's it going, everyone? My name is Jake, and welcome to this week's video. And today's video, we don't just have Sonic-themed drinks, we have a Sonic-themed blaster, which you've probably already seen circling around the community. It is the X-Shot Skins Dread, and in case it's not painfully obvious by the blue hedgehog on the side of this thing, it is a Sonic the Hedgehog Skins blaster, and this looks fantastic. This thing, as always, has amazing detail, amazingly colored, and I got some comments, well, not comments, but like messages in the Discord that I'm in, managed by Bots and Blasters and Not Enough Nerf, which I'll leave a link to in the description. Someone said that they don't like how fuzzy the print is, but all around, I gotta say, in my opinion, this is just a fantastic blaster. But we're not just looking at this blaster today, we're gonna be looking at another blaster which is different yet painfully similar. We're looking at its older, younger, it's member of the family, the official NERF ZOMBIESTRIKE FLipFury. And before we talk about this any further, I actually need to thank Alex Docra on Instagram for buying and sending this to me, because without him, this video would not be possible. I paid him no money, nothing whatsoever. He just wanted to help out the page and the channel, and he decided to buy this on Amazon while it was on sale and send it to me. So thank you so much, Alex, for getting this from me. It means a lot, so thank you. And yes, while both blasters are very, very similar, we can all agree that they are both an offset of another very similar blaster, the Strong Arm. This specifically is my Sonic Red Strong Arm that I've taken a liking to. I do plan to mod this up eventually, but this video is not about this. But especially the FLipFury. This is basically just a double Strong Arm, which I'm not mad about because it's a lot of fun. But let's go back to the Dread real quick, and then we'll come back to the FLipFury. So the X-Shot Skins Dread, it's a very comfy, very light, and maneuverable blaster. It's a bit unwieldy, probably, if you're gonna have this as a sidearm. This is definitely more of a primary size thing, unless you can find a dump pouch that this will fit in. But in terms of just appearances, like I've already stated, this thing is amazing. I love the skin on it, and it fits it really well. And I'm not much of a Sega fan, let alone a Sonic fan, but I can see myself getting more into Sega and more into Sonic. The drink was nice. But yeah, I'm not much of a fan of Sonic or Sega, but I saw this and instantly needed to have it because I had no interest in the Dread until I saw that this was available, and I saw the Target, and I said, this is now mine. I want to do a spring upgrade, but I'm not sure what kind of spring to put in it. I thought about maybe K26ing it, but I don't have any K26. I'm also kind of scared to open it because there's a lot of moving parts in here. But if I do get around to that, obviously there'll be a video on it of me enjoying and playing with it. Or if it breaks, there'll be an entirely different video. So, look out for that whenever I get around to getting a K26 or a K25 spring. They're very similar, although the K25 here is much easier to prime. To go on a little side tangent, I want to talk about tie-in blasters for just a little bit, because I know NERF right now is the king of tie-in blasters with their Hasbro Pulse or whatever their special limited thing is. But now we see that they're not the only ones capable of it, because even in the past, there have been other NERF foam dart flinging blasters that have existed that are also video game tie-ins. So to see X-Shot do one is very refreshing, and I'll be honest, my opinion on tie-in blasters is that in the end, they are overall a good thing for the hobby, because it gets more eyes on our hobby, and it gets more minds set into the hobby to possibly make really great things and get more creativity flowing throughout us, and it's just a really nice thing. Now, tie-in could also mean that it's an up in price, but it's a very affordable blaster in my opinion. For what it is, a 12-round blaster, which comes with 24 rounds, I believe is what it was. Or it might have just came with the exact 12. In fact, no, actually, scratch that. It did come with 12. So, for what it is, though, it's not bad. It's very fun, and it's a very good quality, very good value, in my opinion, for what you get. To talk about the actual Dread, it is actually a reskin, as what these are skins of older blasters, of the X-Shot XS, which was released in 2012. Only that version didn't have, as I've called it, this drop trigger, which drops the cylinders, so then you can index the next one. And you could always just manually rotate the cylinders, but I found if you get the right wrist movement, you can just index it yourself, and that ups your reload speed a tiny bit. The original X-Shot XS I'm familiar with in the yellow and blue colorway. You've probably seen it before. But while looking up info about the XS, I accidentally went down a rabbit hole and I discovered a lot of really old X-Shot Skins blaster lines, one being the Pink series, which is apparently their version of the Rebel series, and also the Zombie series, which I think might have even came up before the Zombie Strike, but I don't know as much about those as I do more current things, but it was real interesting to find those. There was also something about it firing discs, possibly, in the beta prototype version. I don't know enough about that to tell you, but I guess I did. Sorry, I think. And 3 years later, announced on October 31st, 2014, we got the Zombie Strike. We got the NERF Zombie Strike FlipFury. It was announced October 31st, Halloween of 2014, which I think is really cool because zombies, Halloween, yada yada. But yeah, they came out with this, which I would argue is very heavily inspired by this guy. They basically took this and said, okay, now how do we over-engineer it? Well, they did this. Instead of having a drop trigger, it is a flip trigger, where now it flips the turrets automatically for you. So no manual indexing, just one trigger pull, and you got a whole another 6-round cylinder ready to go. And this has something over the dread, which you'll see in firing footage, because it's better I show you than I tell you. But honestly, if I'm to compare the two, I think I like the feel of the dread more than I do the FlipFury, because don't get me wrong, I love the boxy look of the FlipFury, and it's real aesthetically pleasing and nice, but I don't know, it's just this here, which is weird because I like handguards, but I don't know, there's just something about it that I don't really like. I like the blaster, but there's just, I prefer the dread, is what I'm trying to say. In the end, I probably would prefer the dread, but we're not at the end of the discussion yet, so let's keep talking. After feeling both grips a little more thoroughly, I gotta say they're all practically identical. The finger grooves on the FlipFury are a bit more pronounced, so there's that. And it doesn't totally dig into my fingers here, but if I like really gorilla grip this sucker, then I guess that random hole there kind of gets in the way. I'm not sure why that's there, but it is, and I gotta deal with it. But yeah, this is all I gotta say with the FlipFury, and yeah, I think I do still prefer the Dread, but that's not to say that I don't like the Zombie Strike line. The Zombie Strike line in general has produced a lot of really great blasters, but the FlipFury, personally, is not my cup of tea. I really want tea. No tea, only peaches. I'm halfway through the can. Oh. Oh no. No. It's really good. But I think it's time that you guys have seen the firing footage, so let's roll. Get in there, you. And you know you want to. You know you want to. But anyway, we're doing the firing footage for the FlipFury and the Sonic X-Shot Dread. And we're going to do the X-Shot Dread first. So, I have both of these loaded with waffle tips in the top and jalapeno or chili darts in the bottom. So, here we go. One more. I don't know if Future Jake has said it yet, but there's a wrist movement where if you get it just right, you can actually flip it one-handed. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it looks cool if you're able to get it down. Now, it didn't really seem to like the waffle tip darts, as most X-Shot darts, X-Shot blasters don't. But let's see how it likes the pepper darts. And oh yeah, it likes these ones a lot better. And Rounds complete. On that, let's get the Flip Fury. As I said, just like the Dread, we got waffles on top and chilies in the bottom. Let's go. Alright, now, that could just be the darts, but contrary to what I thought the Flip Fury would be more powerful than the Dread, but it turns out the Dread has a bit more power than the Flip Fury, which is very interesting to me, because I thought it would be the opposite. But now we got the chili darts loaded in, and... Ooh. Accuracy is not the best. And, yeah, of course, also with this, you get the, automatic flipping, which is more, efficient, but you get style points with that Dread, though, so that's pretty cool. So now I've got the Flip Fury loaded with just a bunch of random clinking darts from my shoebox. And I'll load it again to show you guys that the Flip Fury has one thing over the Dread, and that is, it has slam fire. That's 12 darts in a matter of, what was that, maybe 3 seconds? And, oh, see, there's an example though, it doesn't always want to work. See? Oh. You gotta really make sure that it's all the way forward before it can flip. Okay, so in the middle of a war, you know, adrenaline's pumping through you, maybe you're not focused on something like that, you might not get the proper performance out of this thing, and it may not be so reliable as you may think. The Dread technically does have slam fire, but, maybe if you're within sneezing distance. Yeah, don't do that. It's more like a slingshot at that point. Yeah, with all that done, we can go back inside. But now here I am after editing all of that together, and I gotta say, again, I'm sticking with my opinion. The Dread is what I would pick over the Flip Fury. I did mention the grip guard on this whole thing, but this isn't really much of a grip guard. It's kind of just extra bulk, which you would think that I would count all of this as extra bulk, but I think back to aesthetics, I just prefer the look of this over the look of this, which is saying something because I actually do like the whole makeshift aesthetic that the Zombie Strike blasters have, but I don't know, there's just something about this that's so charming, and it definitely has something to do with the Sonic skin, but just in terms of feeling it, the way it feels in my hand, and the ergonomics of it, I just like this one a lot more. And from what I can tell and how it feels, the X-Shot Dread has a bit of a more powerful spring, is from what I can tell. Get ready, Ramsey. Yeah, that definitely feels a lot more powerful. Whereas in comparison, yeah, that feels a lot more lethargic and limp, in my opinion. So really the deciding factor is if you want slam fire or not, because with slam fire in 12 rounds, you have essentially accuracy by volume, because when you can unload this fast, 12 rounds that fast, you're gonna hit something. Whereas this, you have to... and then take time to line up your shot. This is power, this is speed. Death the Kid style, look at that. And just because it's so fun, I want to fire this thing off screen a little bit, see if I can hit some bottles I got set up over there. Ping, ping. Nope. Ping. Ah, missed the last one. But still, really fun. Something that I actually haven't thought about until now is, if you like the way a blaster looks, you have a lot more fun with it, which that should be plainly obvious, but it really speaks volumes here, because, again, I had no interest in this blaster, but then I saw the way it looks, and I became a lot more interested, and now I'm playing with it, and it's really fun. So, that's something to think about there. And before we end this video, I have a few things to say about the Flip Fury, and related to the Flip Fury is another blaster that I actually currently don't have, is the Doominator, which is the Flip Fury, but with 5 cylinders and a much bigger configuration, because 5 cylinders, that thing's gonna be beefy as heck. But NERF has these things. Like, this is something that is still available, which means they're still making it, they're still producing it. So why hasn't NERF gone back to this sort of mechanism? Is it too expensive for them to make now? It must not be, because this is still available on Amazon. So I don't know why they haven't decided to go back to this. Maybe with a different ammo type. How would a Mega XL FlipFury look? How would that act? How would it... It would just be so much fun. Ultra, even. That's their new hot thing. Hyper, even. A Hyper FlipFury. There's a lot of things they can do with this to make, possibly even make better, that I don't know why they haven't done yet. Because this is fun. I could do that all day. But, you know, when I have this, you know, why would I? Something really crazy that someone in the hobby should do, or me if I ever get around to trying to engineer it, is maybe a pump action FlipFury? How would that even... That would be really, really weird, but that could be fun. Maybe one day I'll try that, or if one of you can go ahead and do that, I'll leave that up to you, but those are just things I have to say with the FlipFury, and I do prefer the Dread. I don't know if that disappoints you or if that's what you expected or not, but you guys can tell me in the comments what you prefer. Also, if you'd like, go ahead and comment things you'd like me to discuss, build, etc. And also make sure to like this video if you liked it. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notifications if you'd like to be notified when I make more content, because doing so encourages me to make more content. Also, I want to give a thanks to my girlfriend for providing the camera mount that I have here, so that's why the camera angle of this video was a bit different. Also, I'm going to leave a link in the description to my friend's website who made that shirt I wore in the firing footage in case you want to get yourself one. Also, a thanks again to Alex Dakra for sending me this FlipFury, because without him, this video wouldn't be possible. Also, I'm going to leave a link to the Foam After Dark Discord server. It's a cool little chill place for NERF hobbyists and content creators to hang out. So go ahead and join there if you'd like. And without further ado, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.